Hey everyone, it is Zona and welcome on back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be ranking and tasting out all of the 2025 AriZona flavors, starting from November 1st, 2024, all the way to October 14th, 2025. We got 10 flavors here to rank, but also in addition, I will be trying out 7 of them for the very first time. I decided to only include the regular AriZona flavors, not separate brands or alcohol variants or in other countries than the United States. Starting off on the left side here, we do have our November 1st, 2024 release. I did decide to include this because it is a newer flavor. Some people may not know about it. And getting close to the end of the year and ending off October 14th, I think it would be wise to include. You may be very familiar with RX Energy, and this is the newest addition to the RX line. For those watching the video today, there actually are many other RX flavors as well, but they have been discontinued since. The poor dead RX flavors would be RX Power, Health, and Memory. We also do have RX Stress available on the market. I have tried this one before, but I would like to retaste it since I only have tried it once. To be expected, a pink watermelon-like color. So trying that again for the second time, my gosh, is that a delicious drink. It does taste very faintly of the RX Energy flavor that is most commonly known, but it does add a freshness to it. It's not as strong, which is a good thing because that flavor is a little too overpowering in my opinion. That just adds a little bit of fresh fruitiness that it needed. This is one of the most solid flavors I've had from them new in a while. We'll see how it matches up to all the releases since. All right, we got Whipped Pineapple Orange, which this debuted around June 16th. This was a 7-Eleven exclusive at first. I believe right now it's available on AriZona's website too, so you can find this at Speedway and 7-Eleven. Definitely one that you would want to shake up. Whipped Pineapple Orange was the first curveball we've seen in a while from AriZona, being the whipped part of this. And as you can see, for the rest of this year, they continued that trend. This one kind of disturbs me with the color because it is white with a slight hue of yellow. Definitely doesn't look very good in the bottle. I would probably not drink this if I saw how it looked. I'm not a fan of cream style drinks, and we got a couple more left on the list here, so let's see how this goes. I have had that before, and it definitely tastes like pineapple and that kind of Cool Whip. I wish it had a little more tang of the orange. But upon this second sip here, it is pretty solid. It's good. It's not bad. It doesn't stand out necessarily as a top tier flavor by any means. But for a summer drink on the beach at the pool party, I think you're good. I'm drinking a whipped pineapple orange. Okay, we are finally at the first flavor that I've never tried before, and that would be Watermelon Dragonfruit Splash, which, if you can tell, is a Circle K exclusive, at least at the time that it was released. I honestly have yet to even try their other dragon fruit flavor that they released the year before. It's in my fridge right now, so it'll be cool to see what this is all about and also see how it compares to the last watermelon flavor that they released. This did come out July 9th. So we got more of like a fake pink, darker pink kind of look than the RX Energy. I may have poured too much in here. I'm going to be full of sugar by the end of this. That one, the dragon fruit, I can taste it. The watermelon, I can taste it. Not sure what the splash is about. Maybe we can see on the ingredients list. It says it's got lemon and pear. I can't really taste the lemon. Has honey, which must make it so sweet. Pineapple juice, watermelon. Okay. This flavor is too sweet. I mean, comparing to the whipped pineapple orange, that one's sweet too. You would guess that it would be. But the dragon fruit watermelon is too much. Like, I could not drink that whole can if I tried. With these two, probably could. This one, the flavor is there that in its advertisement, but not one that I think I would want every day. Up next, we have the Mike's Hot Honey collaboration, which released September 3rd. So there was quite a big gap between these two flavors here. I'm going to start off with what I think is going to be the worst and progress upwards on these. But of course, at the final ranking, we will see. Something I forgot to mention about the whipped pineapple is I had that flavor sitting for a couple months, and even though I did shake it lightly, it still was clumping up a little bit. So I also think that these honey drinks probably need to be shaken a tad. Pretty simple orange look. I can't smell any hots. First thoughts as it's still lingering in my mouth, this is a extremely mild spice. On the first sip, I didn't even taste it at all. But I will say, they somehow got the flavor of honey and mucho mango. It just tastes like mucho mango plus hot honey. Like, the flavor is exactly what it says. Nothing crazy, nothing different. So, if that's a drink that you like, go for it, because my gosh, if you love honey, you're going to love this drink. I'm not a big honey guy, so this is, in between. Definitely not as sweet as I thought. I would say the watermelon Dragonfruit Splash is sweeter than this, which is crazy because honey is one of the sweetest things on earth. All right, we got the watermelon one up next. I like watermelon as a flavor more, so this is probably going to work out better for me. I also like the can design better. How many watermelon drinks are we going to get next year? Hopefully not many. Okay. Watermelon, hot honey. I think that's actually pretty good. I'm not a big mucho mango fan. Watermelon was like my first favorite AriZona flavor back in the day. So I think this watermelon one actually works very well with the hot honey there. Though I do question what's even the point. Like, I would rather just have a normal watermelon over the hot honey. Maybe other people disagree, but definitely a cool collaboration so far. Green tea. Oh, man. Well, green tea is one of the only AriZona flavors that has honey that I do enjoy quite regularly, especially hot. If you have not warmed up AriZona teas in the microwave or, on the stove, you should definitely go do it. Well, even though the can design looks very different from the original, this flavor doesn't have much to offer except for just a hint of spice. Since the flavor already used honey in it, there's not much that this adds or takes away from the original flavor. On its own, I would definitely get this again, for sure. It's not gross, and I would love to actually try this out warmed up. Pina Colada rose back up from the dead on September 12th for the second time. That is unbelievable. Second resurrection of an AriZona flavor here. It does not have the cobalt blue style bottle anymore, and supposedly the flavor has changed. AriZona mentioned in the past that this flavor had issues with settling and with the cream inside of it that they had to perfect before they re-released it again. This is my first time ever having this flavor. I've never had it on its previous releases. I'm going to expect very similar to the whipped pineapple. It is a darker, just straight white, unlike that drink. I've never had a pina colada in my life. Let's see what it's all about. Just trying those two out again, I will say pina colada is better. Though this drink may have more sugar than the whipped pineapple orange, for some reason I feel like this one tastes less sweet. Somehow the flavor complex, easier to drink in my opinion. Oh, how long I have been waiting for AriZona to release a soda again. And something with chocolate. Here we have released September 5th, or at least in production September 5th. We have AriZona's chocolate egg cream soda. As Don showed in his video, we're going to give it a light shake. I can't stop smiling for how great this is to see a chocolate AriZona flavor in production. Though I am a little worried about what it's going to taste like. Not a big fan of cream, but cream soda is something I do enjoy. You can't compete with this can design either. Love the subway tile, New York in the back, the colors, so unique. And of course, the drink on the front with the fudge dripping down. It's endgame, man. Okay, chocolate egg cream soda. I'm scared, but of course excited. Gotta love the nice brown mud water color. The smell is a little concerning, not something that smells appetizing by any means. This drink only has a few ingredients, being cream, chocolate, sugar, and water. Hard to put this in words exactly. It tastes like a cream soda, but with the chocolate in there, it kind of eliminates some of the goal of the cream soda. So the last time I had a cream soda was actually a Blueberry Soda Shack down in New York. Comparing this cream soda to that, it's not as good, unfortunately. My biggest problem is the fact it was lightly carbonated. Um, I want a like soda where it's really bubbly. And if you have this open for any amount of time, you know it's just going to go flat. So that for me negates a lot of what a cream soda is, in my opinion. Maybe something about the chocolate production, they didn't want to make it too bubbly, but I personally believe that that would have enhanced this flavor quite a bit. So this drink tastes like two things, and that is cream soda. If you had a standard cream soda, but the issue is it doesn't have enough carbonation. So that kind of misses. And then the chocolate, it does taste like chocolate, of course. How wouldn't it? It has chocolate in it. But it's not the type of chocolate flavor I would expect in a drink. I'm honestly disappointed because I would have thought that I would have loved this drink. Unfortunately, I have to say it's kind of a miss for me. As a lover of cream soda, the only type of cream drink that I like, it just didn't match that par. I hope AriZona continues with the sodas because the next two flavors we are reviewing are also carbonated beverages. And I hope they do bring chocolate back just in a better way. Maybe it's not a soda that they need to bring back for chocolate. I do like that they're experimenting with it, but if I wasn't an AriZona fan, I would not buy that flavor again. I might not even drink the rest of this can, honestly. So, Apple Lime Rickey. September 18th is when this came out, and it is exclusive to 7-Eleven and Speedways. This is the first Rickey that they've added in a very long time. They had cherry lime Rickey at first, and then they came out with the next few flavors, with being a mango lime Rickey, grape lime Rickey, and lemon lime. Now I know this line of drinks has had some misses, grape lime Rickey, I'm looking at you, and some big winners, mango lime Rickey and cherry. So Apple, which is my favorite food ever, and AriZona usually works out pretty well. Plus, it's a soda and it's we're done. We're done. Lime? Oh my gosh. Let's get into it. All right. Nice little reddish pink color. Yes. Yes. That's what we needed. That's what we needed to come back from. This flavor, not my thing. These flavors, not my thing. This whole year is just a lot of types of drinks that I'm not the biggest fan of. But that one does justice. I will say, big apple flavor. Not so much on the lime, honestly. I think they added a little too much sugar and not enough sour. Better than cherry lime? I don't know. Hard to say. Mango lime was my favorite. That was my favorite, for sure. I'm going to have to run this back a little more. And as these are all getting a little more lukewarm as time goes on this video, I don't think this flavor has done the best justice that it could be. Last but not least, we got Rizzler Berry, which just released on October 14th. Very recent, only a few days ago. I got to try this out, and I have a video out for that. I will be inserting a clip here just to show you the flavor a little bit in my reaction. Nice and fizzy there. I have a feeling this is going to be absolutely delicious. That is good. It's not too syrupy. It is true, it says lightly carbonated. It is not overpowering like a soda usually is. I'm not sure if it stands out enough. This is a flavor that you could drink pretty much every day and not get tired of it, in my opinion. Unlike the cherry lime Rickey, and I'm assuming the apple lime Rickey, those are really strong. They kind of need to be watered down almost with ice because the flavor is just so in your face. This one, you could sip the entire can, and for a 22-ounce can, sometimes that's hard for a soda. Now, do I like it more than the cherry lime Rickey? That's hard to say. I don't think I do. If I had to drink an entire Rizzler Berry or an entire cherry lime Rickey in one sitting, I would definitely pick this drink. Well, there we have it. Trying out all the drinks. I got it in my head. Let's rank these. Here is my ranking. So, unfortunately, highly unfortunately, we have chocolate egg cream soda in last place. This has to be objectively the worst of the bunch. And next up we have watermelon dragonfruit, which I said it just was too sweet for me. And we have two other watermelons on this list that just do better. We got with pineapple orange, really not bad. I would say these are like kind of borderline bad flavors. And then we got this is all right. I would drink this. I wouldn't buy it over what comes after it though. Mucho mango, not my biggest cup of tea. Add it to be a little extra sweet. Definitely not my tea either. So we got Pina Colada up next. I think this is solid. I would say we're starting to get to good territory, while these are just mediocre. So kind of unfair the next two flavors because they're not even original flavors, just adding an extra flair to it. We got watermelon and green tea. For me, watermelon as its own flavor tastes better than green tea, but because green tea already has honey in it, I think the honey subtracts from the watermelon flavor versus the hot honey doesn't really add or subtract. It's just kind of like whatever you're feeling in the moment. So again, these are good drinks, but because they're based off of already good drinks, you kind of can't go wrong with that. Rizzler Berry. Surprising it made this high up on the list. I was expecting a little different turnout. But this was a very refreshing drink, and being lightly carbonated was a different choice I haven't, had from them in a while. It worked out well. It's a really good juice. It smells good, and you could drink a lot of it. But on that note, we have really the two best flavors. These are kind of a flip-flop, but I think objectively the RX watermelon is better. Just it's more universal, you know what I mean? So apple lime Rickey tastes very appley, and apple can be kind of a strong flavor for some, so that's why I have that one a little lower down. This is a great addition to the Rickey lineup. Super excited that it was actually good, unlike the other soda flavor over here. RX watermelon, even though it's technically not a 2025 flavor, just including that actually worked out very well in its favor and giving it a little more notoriety. So, how many of these flavors have you tried? Tell me what your opinions are on them. It would be great to see what 2026 holds, if we'll get this many new flavors, and maybe we'll even see a cranberry or holiday-style drink for the season coming up in the next couple months. So thank you all for watching. It's been great to go over these and discover some new flavors, some disappointments, and some real shining stars here. Stick around to discover more about the world of AriZona, and be sure to like and subscribe.